And now, this is interesting. Now today is October, a different month from the last month. September 28th, but today is October 16th. Now watch this. It's going to be 16th and 17th. Now I'm finna do a video. I'm finna show you a video of my friend. Well, my friend that did a video long time ago about the woman in travail in 2011. And I want you to see on October 16th and the 17th what comes out of the mother's womb. Well, what comes out is the son. The son comes out of the mother's womb on October 16th and 17th. Is that a coincidence or what? That is, to me, is just so awesome in God's great order and how he conducts his for people to watch and see his divine plan according to the signs in the heavens of the pattern that he lays out throughout, that those that will find out about it. But that's another message, y'all know that. But the topic of the message, that I'm finna go to concerning the fear of the Lord, concerning Godoween, that I really now let me see. Now, most of my videos, I'm going to be talking about the ideal of Halloween, because I want people to understand the ideal of Halloween. You know what I'm saying? Because, y'all just, I see, just participate in things because everybody else will participate in things. But I want you to understand the ideal of Halloween. I'm not going to be the Christian that says, don't do that. But guess what? I'm going to be the Christian that's going to reveal to you why not to do that. I'm going to show you why not to do that. And hopefully you will get an understanding about what this evil day is all about. But that's not the topic of the message, though. But the topic of the message is talking about the reality. Now, I'm finna talk about King David. You know what I'm saying? That he will help us on, that God told me on why in, I believe, Psalms 111 and 10, why did David said the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom? Where did David get that ideal understanding from? Well, I'm finna show you in this video that he's getting it from. But the topic of the message is talking about the reality of understanding the fear of the Lord, understanding the deal. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going to call it the deal. You know what I'm saying? Or more likely, understanding the deal with God. The deal. Because here's the thing about God. Like, I hope you understand this pattern of God. God's is just simple. You know what I'm saying? If you follow my commandments, this will happen. But if you do not follow my commandments, that will happen. That bad thing will happen. That is really the scenario of everything that is in the Bible. That those that fear the Lord will come to an understanding of this. But not to a knowledge of this. Not in the knowledge of the carnal mind that you know the ideal of fear of the Lord. But understand what Jesus said in Matthew 13 and 15. Understand in your heart. Understanding your heart concerning your performance and what you're doing. But that's another message. But, alright. King David found out, was looking for the Ark of the Covenant. Now understand that King Saul, was king of, men appointed King Saul king of Israel. But he was not a king that was looking for the Ark of the Covenant. You know what I'm saying? He was a king that was looking to pretty much build his own kingdom. I know a lot of people like that, yeah. But anyway, but King David was looking for the Ark of the Covenant, and he found it, as you can read the scriptures, at Obed-Edom's house and stuff like that. And so he found and he found out how blessed Obed-Edom was concerning having the Ark of the Covenant. But now it's time for the Ark of the Covenant to, get to Jerusalem. Now watch this. This is a huge monumental move of God that King David is doing. He's doing a powerful act concerning the will of God, concerning God's divine plan. You know what I'm saying? This what David is going to perform is something that is God's divine plan, maneuver. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like the ideal of Jesus Christ dying on the cross. That this performance needs to be done for God's divine plan to set in motion concerning the salvation of humanity. See, that kind of implement. This is what really this kind of move is going on. That the prophecy is going to be fulfilled. That that the Ark of the Covenant will be at the place where Abraham sacrificed Isaac. You know what I'm saying? This is how monumental this maneuver that King David is doing. That I want you to understand this concerning this message about the deal. Now David, he's going off, went to find that Ark of the Covenant at Obed-Edom's house. Now he's finna transport this sacred, monumental object concerning the children of Israel the children of Israel built. Moses commanded, to build this monumental, object that holds the Ten Commandments and Aaron's rod. This thing, that is very important and sacred to the Jewish people. That I want you to understand the emphasis of what's going on here. More likely, a divine plan is being implemented. Now David's like, okay, King David, we finna finally get the Ark of the Covenant to Jerusalem. Hip hip hooray. Now, what David's idea that he is going to do to transport this Ark of the Covenant, he is going to carry this Ark of the Covenant on a wagon. And now I want to show you how, God, let's say God was just looking down on David. Let's say God, use our imagination, God's looking down on David and say, oh, look, my King David, the man I have anointed to be King of Israel, is finally finna implement this plan. That God's looking at this. And all of a sudden, David says, you know what? Guess what? We're going to get the Ark of the Covenant to Jerusalem. And God's like, yes. And then said, by the way, we're going to try to get this Ark of the Covenant on a wagon. And God's like, what? A wagon? What do you mean a wagon? David, in heaven, he's like in heaven, like, what do you mean he's going to roll my Ark of the Covenant in a wagon? Well, that's what was happening concerning David's decision that he's going to use a wagon to roll the Ark of the Covenant. So watch this. I'm in God's shoes, and God's looking at this thing like, what? And now I know that David's father Jesse taught David that in the children of Israel, I know he heard the story of Joshua, that Joshua took and the high priest or the priests were carrying the Ark of the Covenant. You know what I'm saying? He was given that story, and by Jesse, somebody told him that was happening, and I know he heard that story. So, and they carried the Ark over the Jordan River, and it stopped, from the city of Adam and crossed over the Jordan River. I know that David knows about that story. So where is he getting this idea concerning this wagon here? Or what is the deal here? So God is like, let me show David what is the deal. Now, guess what? The way God is finna show David the deal here is going to be a pretty much great drastic maneuver from David's spectrum. Or if we was in David's shoes, our spectrum. It's going to be quite drastic in how God will show him his deal. That, I find out a lot of Christians are not going to really understand God's deal, because God's deal is about his will. It rhymes though, It's kind of like, Jesus understanding the deal. The deal is that, I got to hit 39 lashes and carry a cross. How difficult the deal is, But anyway, so David's off. He brung some people along, and one of these people he brung along was a nice guy, good guy named Uzzah, And this nice guy, he said, hey, this is cool. You gonna go take this to the ark back to Jerusalem? Hey, can I roll with you, David? It's like, yeah, Uzzah, you can come on, roll with me, and we're gonna be so happy that the Ark of the Covenant is going to Jerusalem. Yeah, hip hip hooray, kind of idea. And everybody's like, yeah, having fun. Oh yes, now we're gonna finally fulfill the great divine plan of God. That the Ark of the Covenant is going to be at the place where it needs to be. Yeah, and all of a sudden, Uzzah was paying attention to the ark, and it may have, I don't know exactly, hit a bump or something. Something made the Ark of the Covenant kind of slide a little bit off the wagon, and all of a sudden, when it slipped on the side of the wagon, Uzzah said, oh my goodness, the ark is finna slip off the wagon. And all of a sudden, he tried to stop the Ark of the Covenant. Nice guy, nice good guy. Uzzah wanted to stop the Ark of the Covenant from getting off the wagon. And all of a sudden, God saw Uzzah touch that Ark of the Covenant, something sacred that the Levites, that the high priests are supposed to be touching, not this guy. He's not a Levite and high priest according to the rules concerning the deal that has been established by Moses. See what I'm saying? He's not supposed to be touching it. So what God does, this drastic maneuver, and boom, Uzzah's dead. And David's like, what? What in the heck is going on here? What? Huh? Who? Us. Like us. What? Huh? Who? Uzzah died? Yes, he died on touching the ark. So David, if you read it, watch what David does. Talks to God. He says, David, well, I'm paraphrasing. You can read it for yourself. God, why did you kill Uzzah? God, why did you do this? God was talking to me. I got to do that message too. God, why? Because the idea of Adam, God, why did you give me this wife? When Adam disobeyed God, God took his blessing and said and took the fruit of the knowledge of good and evil from his blessing, and now the blessing is the image of a curse now. God, why? God, why did you do this? God, why did you do this? You know how we do it. But yeah, that's what David said. Why, God? Why did you do that? Well, he did that for him to understand the deal. You know what I'm saying? The deal. Understand the deal that already been established according to God's word, that we need to understand the deal of what's according to God's word, that, that Jesus is trying to show us, that idea concerning the Garden of Gethsemane, not my will, but thine will be done. But you're supposed to follow God's rules and not my rules. So that's what David what is inspired, that the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom from that idea that he established. From that moment on, he got that revelation of, man, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. I did not know from the beginning of the rules that was established by Moses concerning the Ark of the Covenant. Therefore, this man perished because I did not follow the instructions of God's word, and this person died. Not because God, this is a good man, use a good man, but he took understanding the responsibility of his position And that's what the ideal of us as Christians, that we need to understand concerning the will of God, our position. But that's the message, and I hope you got it, and I hope you know the deal is. To God be the glory, here forever and ever. In Jesus' name, amen.